Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, the man who turned $10,000 into $5 billion through pure rationality, the investor who preaches patience, discipline, emotional detachment. But his empire, all $800 billion of it, sits inside the corpse of a company he bought out of pure spite. This is the story of how 12.5 cents turned the world's greatest investor into a vengeful man and cost him $200 billion. New England, 1962. The American textile industry is dying. Cheap foreign labor is gutting an entire region. But for value investors like Buffett, dying industries mean opportunity. He called them cigar butt investments. Companies so beaten down you could pick them up, take one last puff, and toss them away for a profit. Berkshire Hathaway was the perfect cigar butt, a 100-year-old textile manufacturer losing money every quarter, but it had assets, factories, inventory, and a stock price trading below liquidation value. Buffett started buying shares in 1962 for around $7 each. His plan was simple: wait for management to liquidate assets, buy back shares, and pocket the difference. Enter Seabury Stanton, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. Old money, old guard, and deeply arrogant. Stanton represented everything Buffett wasn't: Ivy League pedigree, country club connections, a man who confused his position with his intelligence. In 1964, Buffett controlled 49,000 shares. Stanton needed to consolidate. So he made Buffett a verbal offer. Berkshire would buy back his shares at $11.50 per share. Buffett agreed. They shook hands. 2 weeks later, the official tender offer arrived in the mail. $11.37.5, an eighth of a point, 12.5 cents per share. On 49,000 shares, that's about $6,000. For context, Buffett was managing millions. $6,000 was nothing. But this wasn't about money, it was about respect. Stanton had lied. Worse, he assumed Buffett wouldn't notice, or wouldn't care. That was his mistake. Buffett didn't sell his shares, he started buying more. Aggressively. Within months he controlled the company. And the first thing he did? Fire Seabury Stanton. Revenge. Served cold. But here's where emotion destroys logic. Buffett now owned a dying textile mill, capital-intensive, low margins, competing against global labor costs a fraction of American wages. The opportunity cost was staggering. Every dollar stuck in Berkshire Hathaway was a dollar not compounding in better businesses. Years later, Buffett would calculate the cost of this mistake at over $200 billion. His words: "The dumbest stock I ever bought." For years, Buffett tried to make the textile business work. He couldn't. By 1985, he shut it down completely. But by then, he'd already discovered the secret that would build his empire. In 1967, while still trapped in textiles, Buffett used Berkshire's dwindling cash to buy National Indemnity, an insurance company. And that's when he understood the magic of insurance float. Here's how it works. Insurance companies collect premiums up front. They pay claims later, sometimes years later. In between, they hold billions in cash. That's the float. Buffett could invest that float in stocks, businesses, anything, and keep the profits. As long as his insurance operations broke even, he was investing with other people's money at zero cost. Today, Berkshire Hathaway holds hundreds of billions of dollars in float. It's the engine of the entire empire. The textile mill died, but the shell remained. And inside that shell, Buffett built the world's most valuable investment company. Here's the final irony. Berkshire Hathaway, the name, is a monument to Buffett's greatest mistake. He could have renamed it, started fresh, but he kept it, a reminder. Because even geniuses make emotional decisions. The difference isn't avoiding mistakes, it's how you respond to them. Buffett turned a spite-driven purchase into an $800 billion empire. Not by pretending the mistake didn't happen, but by learning to use the shell of his failure as the foundation of his success. 12.5 cents. That's all it took to prove that even the Oracle of Omaha is human.